In this part, we are going to talk about the class attribute, and the class attribute is this one. This is outside the constructors, and the last chapter we already talked about the constructor, and within the constructor, these are the instance attribute, and this is the class attribute. So, for example, if we create a dog 3 is equal to the dog, and the name is the Jasper, and we already created this in the last chapter. Now we have the dog3 is equal to name, and dog3 dog stand is equal to true, and we can also get the species, and later we will let you know what is the use of using the class attribute. And for every class, it has the methods, and methods is actually the function defined inside the class, but not the constructor. So we define the bug and self for the dog, and it will print wolf. And then again we create another dog, and then we have dog1.name, and if you want to execute the function, we have to use dog1.bug. Now we can see it have print out the wolf, and actually you can see the difference if you just access the properties and or the instant attribute. You do not need the parenthesis, but if you are going to execute the function, you have to use the parentheses, the dog1.bug and parentheses. So the next thing is, for if you are calling its own name, the object name, then you have to use the self. So even though we do not have to pass anything, we have to add the self here. So now we want to pass the number, but number is not the instant attribute of this class. So you just need to use the num, and we want to create a for loop. So every time if the user put the 3 here, and then it will print out 3 times the wolf and then add its own name. So now we can have a try if again we create a dog1, and then we create dog1.count. And I forgot to mention that this time we use the class attribute count is equal to 0. So every time we create a new dog, it will add 1 here, and they share all the dogs will share these properties. So for example, we already create the first dog, and then I forgot to execute this one. So we got the dog1.count is equal to 1, and this makes sense because we should forget all of the above, because we start from here and we just add these properties. So when you first create the dog and it has 1 dog, and then for example we can we should try again dog1 bug and then 3. Now you can see we pass the 3 here, and then it will pop up, it will print 3 times this message, and then we create another dot which is dog2. So now you can see this is not a typo. I just want to let you know that when you, even though you use the dog1.count, you can see it has updated the value to 2, because now we already created a second dot here, and they share the same value. You can see the dot2.count also has the value which is 2. And now we create the last dot and then dot 3, and then we get the dot3.count is 3, and then all of the values for the dot2, the count of dot2 and the count of dot1 are also 3.